What's up? What's up, guys? It's your boy Boogie back again with another live stream. It's been a minute, but I'm back. So hope you guys are doing good. So I have a few videos we're going to be going through, but do me a favor. If you're just coming in, like the video, support your boy, subscribe if you're new. All I do is give you your dating updates. You know how this is the weather channel? I'm the dating channel. Okay, so I'm gonna give you everything crazy going on in dating, and then you make a choice. Are you still looking for love? Are you still looking for marriage? Are you tired? Are you trying to become a passport bro? Are you trying to become a passport sister? Because women are also saying, hell no to American men. Y'all guys don't want to spend money on women. So they're saying they're gonna go to Colombia and find them some Colombian guys and find them some African kings to spend money on them, since y'all don't want to spend money on them. All right. So do me a favor, just coming in, like the video. Let me just make sure you can hear me, and then we get started. All right, you can hear me. So I'm just gonna start cooking, man. We have so many videos to go through. We have so much to catch up on. So let's get started. Don't forget, like the video. All right, let's go.
All right, guys. So speaking of narcissism, we're gonna watch this video, and then I have a backstory for it after this.
All right, here we go.
Age 46.
Are you single?
I am.
So where do you think most men go wrong when it comes on to dating women?
I would say if you have a mindset where, yo, what up? You want to be in the video? Well, he was talking about dating and challenges with dating. You guys have any challenges with dating? Okay.
So my challenge is that nobody wants to be in a serious relationship and everybody just wants to. Another challenge is they do not want to provide.
Okay.
They want to be the woman.
Okay, can I speak on that?
Okay.
Can I have a moment?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to piss him off, though. You're going to get mad, okay?
Okay.
Is that okay?
Is it very free?
It is.
Okay, it's okay.
Is it okay?
Go ahead.
Okay, for you. My feedback is this: 99% of men on the earth would probably wipe you up. So you're only picking the one dude out of like 1,000 because he's the best guy. So it's not really a guy problem. It's just that you like only the best. Am I right? You want only that best guy's got all the options. So I promise you, now I can bring guy after guy after guy here, and they'll commit to you in 2 seconds. You'll have a husband by 5 minutes from now. You're an amazing woman to have a husband in 5 minutes. But it wouldn't be the one you want, because you only want the one you can have. In your case, you gotta remember this, right? So feminism is a good thing, right? It's a good thing, right? So who got 65% of college graduations this year? Women, right? Isn't that awesome? It's a good change. Who got 65% of mortgages this year? Women. That's great, right? We're advancing.
But that doesn't matter.
Of course it doesn't. No. But one moment. I'm saying it's great. But the point is that now dudes are broke. So the problem is we're at an impasse.
I don't care that men are broke.
I know.
You should provide for your woman.
I know you don't care that about men, but what I'm saying is that you also only want the best, and so as a result of that, that's why you guys are stuck.
But it's not just the best. It's just being taken care of.
But if women have 65% of the jobs, then how are they going to take care of you?
Most women have dads who take care of them. Why would they date a man who doesn't take care of them?
You're right, but the challenge.
Most women don't have dads who take care of them, because most women are raised in single mother households. What are you talking about?
Is that we have to bridge the gap. Because if a girl's going to have 65% of the jobs, we got to bridge the gap. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not following.
So if you're a guy and 35% of jobs only go to men, what you going to do to pay for that girl? It's tough, but you want the best. I understand that.
He just has to work harder.
Yeah, work harder, you little.
Not working
harder, okay? I don't care about you. Work, okay? And
he's not working hard enough.
Yeah. Forget about stats, math.
My dad came from nothing. You're not working hard enough.
What era he came from?
Okay.
I love how he goes Wes Watson at the end.
Yes. So I want to bring up a couple things. Owen is one of my best friends, and I saw that video, and that is one of the clearest signs of like how I don't know if that girl is a narcissist, but I do know I believe social media is turning a lot of women, and by the way, a lot of men too, into narcissists. In this case, she literally says, hey, these men have no money, they're broke, and it's harder for men to find a job. It is harder for men to find a job now. 65%, 68% of college graduates are now female. When that happens, what happens is you should expect the earning potential for men to decrease and the earning potential for women to increase. That's totally fine. I know some people have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with it. What I have a problem with is that when I explain how much more difficult it's going to be for women to then find a man who makes more money than her. It's a simple function of economics. There's no opinion involved. It's totally a dispassionate conversation. The response I get, not just from her. I've seen this several times. Is your is not my problem. I don't care. Make
That's true, because women fought or are still fighting to be paid the same amount of money men get paid, whether it's for the same job or not. They don't care about whether it's the same job. They don't care if the same number of hours. They don't care about experience. All they hear is this said man makes 6 figures. I also want to make 6 figures, right? That's all they care about. But at the same time, they want the man who makes 6 figures, and they also make 6 figures, to spend money, to spend his 6 figures on them. So it's like, I make 50,000, she makes 50,000. She wants me to pay 100% of the bills when we get together. Most men would be willing to pay, but it's like, what do I get in return? That's where the conversation gets lost. That's where they call you sassy. That's where they call you gay. That's where they call you princess. Oh, you must like men. You must hate women. And all I did was ask, if you want me to spend my 50,000 on you, yet you're also earning 50,000, what do I get in return? That's where they lose it every time.
more money. Take care of me. That's Sadia Khan. That's a lack of impulse control. That is grandiosity.
Wait, what?
That's what I'm saying is like how we were explaining the narcissism. This is narcissism that has been created. Those two women offered or threatened to sue Owen after that video came out. They threatened to sue him and
sue him for what?
And sue because they're like, you shouldn't. Instead, now here's the thing: have they come?
They consented on camera.
Correct. Yeah.
Though.
So the way the federal law is written is if you see the camera on screen, that provides consent, that initiates consent. But the issue is if they had come to Owen and said something to the effect of, "Hey, listen, that's not representative of who I am as a person. I had a little bit to drink, and I really shouldn't have said that,
right.
and I apologize. Could you take the video down?" I actually think Owen would have taken it down. That's not what she said. She's completely right. Why are you showing this and embarrassing me? Instead of taking accountability for the fact that she came off as a narcissist, instead of doing that, she decided to say instead, no, you should take this down because it doesn't make me look good. It's the same kind of thing. And I'm going to be honest with you, man.
But why do they want him to take the video down if that's what they believe? I mean, honestly, for me, I don't care about women having preferences. I think every man should come to a time in his life where you have to know that probably 99% of women are going to reject you because of their preferences. I don't care if the preference is about height and you can't change your height. I don't care if their preference is about being bald and you can't change the fact that you're bald. But the fact is, 99% of women are going to reject you. That's number one. Number two, some of their preferences, I don't care how crazy they seem. I don't care how unrealistic they seem. Unfortunately, that's the mindset. So you as a man, you have to move accordingly. So if that's what she believes, and she believes that men are not hardworking, men should provide, why would she want the guy to take the video down? Like, that doesn't make sense. I would think she would want the message to reach the guys who are average, who are not making enough money. I would think that's what she would want.
Being a 48-year-old man, I don't remember this being constant. When I meet women who are, in their 30s and 40s, like they did not grow up with a cell phone through puberty, it seems like they have the capability of taking accountability. But what the problem is when you have someone who went through puberty and had TikTok and they have this brain rot of constantly swiping away feelings they don't like. Then
it's literally called brain rot.
Yeah, it's called brain rot.
Kids call it
brain rot. It's brain rot.
It's crazy.
That TikTok provides for you.
God, you guys.
This massive levels of brain rot. And so we see this level of narcissism that's coming. Men get narcissism too. You want to know where they get it? Sometimes men become extremely wealthy, or they get addicted to pornography, or this is a very common one for me. When I have self-help clients that are addicted to prostitution, those guys, they have these narcissistic tendencies. They actually believe that these women are attracted to them. And it's wild, the sort of level of delusion and the grandiosity that you see in those situations. So anyway, I want to bring that up. Any of you guys have any thoughts on that or the Sadia Khan situation?
I mean, personally, I wouldn't say narcissistic. It's being narcissist. I can't say that word for the narcissists. I wouldn't say that, right? I think it's delusion, but I also think it's been propaganda. They've been fed that propaganda. Can you imagine growing up as a girl and you've been told what to expect from men from the time you're a little girl? You have been told men are there to provide for you. Men are there to do things for you. Guess what? When you reach 35, it doesn't switch. It's now times 10. It's on steroids, right? So these women have been told Men should do this for you. Men should do this for you. You're the princess. You're the queen. Men should worship you. Men should buy the car for you. They should pay your bills. It doesn't matter. They should do everything you want. Put your standards high. Everything, the music, the culture. So guess what? When they get 30, 35, it's not like it just changes. No, they've been fed these fantasies for so long that it's literally part of them.
Talk. Summer, talk. Casey, talk.
Well, there's a lot of lack of empathy.
Can you get to the microphone?
I'm sorry.
Talk to
There's a lot of lack of empathy.
Yeah.
Regarding the plight of men.
Yeah.
They just don't see it whatsoever.
They
It's all
don't
about
care.
what's going on in my life, which is a classic narcissist
Yeah.
scenario. So, she could still feel that way, but at least have some compassion along the way.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I feel like that woman is like, you need to take care of me. Like, she's never had a day of struggle in her life, and her parents always gave her everything.
Sure.
I just lived with someone that was like that. His parents gave him everything. So when it came down to, oh, just money. So it's just having that mentality. It's like, okay, your ancestors fought for feminism. You have to go to work, deal with it.
But also, like,
That's a good point. They fought to work just like men, but now they figure out that they don't want to work for 40 years. Because remember, when a man gets married, as a man, if you get married, you've just signed a contract. Let's assume your marriage is going to last 50 years or till one of you dies, right? Let's say both of you are going to live until you're 80 years old. As a man, if you get married when you're 40, you've literally signed up to work for the next 30, 40 years. And we're talking about working more than 40 hours a week if you've signed up to get married, because you're going to have kids, and then you got to work for your pension. You got to work for the kids, right? So most women don't think about the fact that they signed up to work. They wanted to work for like men, but it's not like you go work 2 hours a day and then that's it. No, you're going to work until retirement age, and sometimes even past retirement. But now some women are realizing, you know what? Maybe I actually don't want to work. Maybe I want a man to take care of me.
what does she provide, right? Like if I'm going to scream
Yeah,
at
what do you provide? Do you
Yeah.
cook? Do you clean?
Right, like provide for me. Well, when you come home, like your clothes are gonna smell like Bounty dryer sheets, and like all the dishes are gonna be put away, and like the house is gonna be in order. Like, what do I provide on the table? You know,
I
Ladies,
cook, I
ladies.
clean, I suck, and I shut the fuck up.
my God.
exactly. Like, just know
That's
your
so
place and
misogynistic.
stick
I
with
can't
it.
believe you say that out loud. And yeah, just a little fabuloso will go a long way, ladies. Seriously, come home. The place smells like Mexico and lavender.
You don't even need to clean. Just light an incense stick.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, it smells so clean in here.
Put some booty shorts on. Have the cheeks hang out a little bit.
Incredible.
It's
All
really
right.
providing
some
though.
hot water
Honestly,
around the pan.
Did you have anything you want to say about that?
I was just going to say is that I think what happens is when we have this imbalance with guys who are like supposed to live up to producing, they have a burden of performance, right? They've got to be able to, I don't know, create more like surplus resources than they expend, right? There has to be that because that's what women are looking for in an evolutionary perspective, right? They're looking for the guy who can protect, provide, and be parentally invested.
Sure.
So that's that aspect of it. And then there's the other chick who says, I just want good. Right. And so that's the opposite. That's the flip side to,
They're both doing
to
it
right
the
there.
service.
Or
for
yeah, the
society,
same.
as far
So
as I'm
you've got that.
concerned.
So you've got the one girl who's like, well, work harder. And the guys are like, well, we're doing what we can. What, like, first of all, you know, is it even a fair exchange? But that's not even on the books. What I'm talking about is a fact that you've got this evolutionary imperative right now where that woman, she's not wrong. You do need to work harder. You do need to make more. That's what she that's the only thing she can think about because she's worried about long-term security because that's what her psyche has been sort of molded over the last 200,000 years to seek out.
From a game theory perspective, her best strategy is to get a man to commit resources to her. Yes.
Yeah. So she, like especially, you know, in her, this is the thing that gets me is it's what's called evolutionary mismatch or evolutionary gap,
evolutionary
right?
mismatch. Yeah.
Where it's like, she doesn't know why she wants that. So she, like, you could tell her, well, you know, here's the stats, and women are, you know, have 65% of the you know, the diplomas, the degrees, whatever. They own more homes. They are making more money right now. They're more educated. They're whatever. They're exceeding in the sort of male space now, and they're taking on the roles of being the provider, the protector, and the parental investor, right? And so they become the men that they wanted to marry. Well, So the only one who will be better, the only one who will be suitable for her in the long term is going to be a guy who is better than what she can already provide for herself. And so if she's not wrong in the sense that that's the way she feels about it, because she's been sort of programmed over the last 200,000 years.
Where she's wrong,
to feel that way.
Where
to
she's
want that
wrong
way.
is that when she finds that guy, she's going to be shocked when other women also want him, because
Yeah, well, they're
few
sharing
men,
that guy at that
so
point.
few men meet that criteria of
$5
being,
million.
again. Yeah, $5 million. If
Well,
you're,
also, I wanted to, sorry to interject, but I want to say too, if as a woman you're only meeting broke men, that's a problem within you. That's like the woman's problem. If you're only ever
you need crystals and manifestation, and then the rich men show up. Is that how it works?
well, that's just
Yeah, that's like a man attracting only overweight women. It's the same thing. A woman attracting only broke men, it's almost like a man only attracting overweight women, because you know what I mean. But I think women are not wrong in wanting a man who's a provider, a man who's rich, a man to spend money on them. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that's human nature. We want people to give us things, whether for free, whether for whatever the reason, but we want people to like us. Human nature 101. We want people to like us, and we want people to give us things, right? So there's nothing wrong with that. The issue is most women do not ever talk about what the man gets in return. It's a relationship. Literally, the definition of a relationship is two people who are benefiting from the situation. So if you set everything a man is going to give you, all you expect from a man, what should he expect from you? Ladies, free game. Every time you talk about what a man should do for you, you should say what you're going to do in return. Now, I think, and then some women get it the wrong way. Just because you want me to pay the bills, when I say what do I get in return, it doesn't mean I want you to pay bills also. No, figure out what a man would like. But most women only talk about what the man should do for them. They never talk about what the man gets in return. And I believe most men are willing to provide, even the men who are so-called broke men, even the average men women don't want, those guys are willing to provide. But every time they sit down and they do the math, they're thinking, what do I get in return? Because I'm going to make $50,000. Uncle Sam is going to take $15,000. I'm left with $35,000. And this woman wants me to pay her bills. And I'm not even going to save any money. What do I get in return for paying all your bills? That's all men are asking. And, they get called gay all the time. But anyway, shout out to you guys in the chat. Please do me a favor as you're coming in, like the video so other people will know that we are cooking. The Boogie is back live, and then they will join us. But I want to take this opportunity to show love to Miss Mariam, or supporting your boy, or supporting the channel. Miss Mariam, if you want to come up and talk, you don't have to be on camera, but if you want to come and host a show with me, I'm willing to put the link down below. Let me know. You're supporting the channel, so I don't mind you coming on and talking, even if you're not on camera, because I know you're probably shy. But you're probably good looking too, so I wouldn't mind saying that. Anyway, let's move on to the next video. Shout out to you guys in the chat, like the video. Let's go to the next video real quick. Let's go to Lapif. Give me 1 second. Guys, like the video so that other people can come and join us. Okay? Let me get the next video going. All right. All right, let's go to Lapif. Guys, like the video. Let's cook.
Pleasant, I almost feel too happy. Somebody go get Aisha to come cuss me out. To balance this out. Bo, I know you love me too, but you're very stubborn. You said that you would pee on yourself before you let a man lead you to the bathroom. That's the exact challenge. Pardon?
I'm sorry. Great
does not listen to me.
You guys. Bye.
Bye, Pearl.
It was nice to meet you, Pearl.
The Pearl I like.
Bye.
What's on you now?
Yeah, that's fine. Y'all listen. Y'all know I'm good, but yeah, a man who does not listen to me can't lead me, because if you don't know who I am, you don't know what I need, you don't know my experience, and you don't care, there's no way you can lead me. you can't there's no way you could tell me what to do because you don't even know me.
So
That's what I mean.
conditional. So conditional.
I got that. I registered that. And I be seeing sisters like you be fine. And it be hurting my heart because I'm like, then she got the natural hair, might be thick too. You heard me? And I'm like, I can't even mess with it. And that's what be getting me mad. You feel me? That's what get me mad. Because when they start accusing the brothers of like, oh, you be messing with white girls. What that really means is like, bro just don't want to have to argue to get you to, to do the basics.
But the thing is that there is no argument. There is no argument at all whatsoever with a man who I feel like I'm being listened. Like if you
feel, guys, you have to listen to the words they use. So she feels like she's being led. So she's saying she will submit to a man who she feels like is a leader. Meaning today she can feel like you're leader if you do what she wants. But tomorrow, if you refuse to do what she wants, she will feel like you're not a leader anymore and she'll move on to the next man.
If I feel like you're actually listening to me and what I need, because how can you lead someone if you don't even know what they need? Because you can't make up what I need. And if you do,
that's a really good question, Bo. I'll tell you, actually. Unfortunately, I have an answer to that. Then I'm going to shut up pretty soon, but because I know I can't win. But when you say, how can you lead me if you don't know what I need? Well, the truth is that women don't know what they need. You're not the leader. You don't have the supreme wisdom to know what you need. When we leave it up to women, they end up with fake nails on top of their real nails. They end up cutting up their body and putting in implants. They end up doing all of these things. And here's the crazy part, Bo. Without any of that, you fine as all get out. Without any of that, every man here would deal with you. But when we leave it up to you guys to lead yourselves, you lead yourselves to destruction. And so this is what I would respond to your question. When you say, well, how do you lead me when you don't know what I need? Well, it's like you have cancer. You know you got cancer, but you're not an oncologist, so you don't know the solution. So I could listen to you all day, but you ain't about to tell me the solution. It is the man that has the solution. And that's why I wouldn't have to listen to you. But here's the key. Because I love you and care about you, absolutely I'm going to listen to you. But we don't want the fight up front. We want you to give us some assumed grace. Like when I was dealing with Aisha, I was looking at her with admiration because I so love to see Black women with natural hair. She assumed that I wanted to be malicious toward her and negative. And it's like, we need to assume goodness of ourselves. Because here's the thing. But people out here calling the white man the devil. And when y'all were talking to Pearl, she's like, would you rather live in a white neighborhood or a Black neighborhood? Everybody lying. I'd rather live in a Black neighborhood. If you ask me, I'd rather live in a rich neighborhood. You dig? But here's the thing. If you rather live in a Black neighborhood, you're assuming Black people are good people. So why, when I'm talking to you respectfully, you're thinking that I got some secret plan to do you wrong. So we don't.
And I've said this before. I think it's they're being programmed to hate Black men. Unfortunately, some of them see it, some of them don't. But nobody can tell me that the movies, whether it's Tyler Perry, all these weird Black movies we used to watch, where they always depicted the Black man as the man who's cheating, or the weak husband in all those sitcoms. If you guys remember all those sitcoms on TV, where the husband, the Black man, was always weak, the woman was always talking down on him. So all those movies, after watching those things for so long, and the woman is always on top of the Black man, always speaking down on him in front of the kids, in front of everybody, and we've been watching that for so long, guess what is going to happen? Most Black girls are going to grow up not knowing that they're actually supposed to respect their man. Even in the household, even in the house, there's so many marriages, relationships where the woman talks down on the man. You see it on social media everywhere. Guess what? If they're raising a daughter, she's going to grow up thinking that's the way a woman should talk to a man. And of course, we're going to talk about the condition of femininity. They believe a man is a leader if he lets them get away with shit, if he does everything they want. So a leader to women is a yes man. So if I let her do whatever she wants, if I pay all the bills, if she tells me no sex for 3 months and I say yes, if she tells me you're going to be the one to cook and I say yes, if she tells me I'm going to go out with my girlfriends and I say yes, if she tells me she's going on a girls trip in Miami and I say yes, that's a leader because he lets me do what I want.
I don't really believe it. We're not being honest. I yield the floor.
I I'm not disagreeing with anything that you're saying. I think that you're not understanding me. There is no pushback. There is zero initial pushback at all whatsoever. It's not. And I know so I can respect how you could think that because of how I present here. And to be perfectly honest, it ain't now one of y'all is my man. So yeah, now one of y'all is my man. Here's the thing.
Here's the problem. The way you represent yourself on the panel, if there's a man out there who thinks Bo is good looking, but this is how she represents herself, he's not going to keep thinking, oh, maybe that's not the real her. Maybe she's putting on a persona. No. There are men who may be watching the show who may want Bo, but if she's coming in with this masculine energy, he's going to be like, okay, she looks good, but that energy, I don't want it.
I respond to certain gentlemen on this panel a certain way because they listen to me. When I speak, True listens to me. Sweeney listens to me. Trev listens. They might not agree, right? But they listen.
Nah, Sweeney agreed. Like the number one. Bro agreed. Shout out to Sweeney.
No, Sweeney and I disagree all the time.
Listen, that
Sweeney
man
like,
been signed up for everything that the female agenda promotes today.
Well, you can
female
catch him.
agenda promote today. Besides, not what? Come on now, man. Come on now, dog. Come on. Now.
Sweeney will come to. Sweeney speaks common sense to me. That's how I perceive it, right? And so Sweeney and I have conversations all the time where he like, what? That's wild, bro. Like I can't get with it all the time. But Sweeney listens to me so that he can have a conversation with me. So I respond to them way different. True, Trev and Sweeney gets a very like sweet Bo. Like I'm cool, I listen, and I understand them because they understand me. That's what I mean.
But again, that's that conditionality. In other words, I will do what you want me to do. Because remember, even when it comes to listening, she's claiming it's listening, but what she's trying to say, they agree with some of her points. So if them, I mean, I've reacted to Bo lots of times on the PIF. So for me, when she says these guys listen to her, that's why she talks them nicely. They get the nice side of her. What she really means is they agree with some of her points. That's why she's nice to them. So that means if you're her man and you disagree, in that moment, she's not going to be nice to you.
But when I met with someone who just is at the gate, like single mothers, not you, just stupid stuff, just out the gate, you get a very different response from me. And then when I actually speak to you and I know that you're not listening to nothing that I'm saying, now all you're going to get is a brick wall. That's what I mean. So I'm familiar with you, Marquette. Like I've listened, I've looked at your YouTube videos, and for the most part, great content, right? So I'm very familiar with you. I'm cool, and I know how you speak to people. I know how you talk. I didn't have no smoke.
I've been nice today, right?
I mean, I've never seen you any other way, if I'm being honest. I don't know if you got to turn up or not, but that's all I've ever seen.
Saint don't turn up. Saint don't turn up.
So wait, real quick, y'all. So Saint, I know this is your first time coming in, so I'd like to extend a warm welcome to you, right? So I think that the main issue that we were having is that there are different communication styles here, right? So from what I understood from just from body language, I'm just going to tell you what it looks like from an observer because I just watched most of it. I really let y'all go. So I'm looking at Aisha's demeanor and stuff like that, and I know how you would interpret that as and you called her out on it, which is okay, understandable, because you felt like you were being disrespected. If a person's not paying attention to me when I speak, I feel disrespected, right? I'm like, so what you're communicating to me is that what I'm saying is not important. So I can understand why you would be offended by that, right? Justifiably. However, it's common sometimes where that happens. It doesn't necessarily mean that she was trying to disrespect you, but I could definitely understand your positioning and witnessing that, because it's like, all right, well, damn. So you called her out on it, right? We don't have to be nice about it, because that's what happened. You called her out on it. You saw like she was disinterested, and you wonder why the hell you don't think what I'm saying is important. So you decided to call her.
Okay, so for those of you guys, so they're talking about something that where the saint was holding a woman. I don't know. He was trying to figure out why one of the ladies was giving him a resting beach face. I think that's what they call it, because they're having a conversation and she looked like she wasn't interested in the conversation. She actually did quit the panel because he was asking her what's wrong, and then they went into a whole tangent. But I think the whole premise of the video is the fact that they don't want to be told what to do. Let's be honest. They don't want to be called out. They don't want to be held accountable. It's like the only thing a man can say is something nice, compliments. Even then, if the woman doesn't find you attractive and you give her a compliment, it's going to be an issue. But shout out to Latif. Let's go to the next video. All right, give me 1 second. Guys, if you're coming in, please like the video. Support your boy. Let's go to the next one. Give me 1 second. Let's go to Ali. To Ali and Fadi. Okay. You guys like the video? Like the video as we get into the next video. All right. All right, let's go.
That's all I'm saying. And it's a question. That's if the logic is my child cannot be around a group of individuals that has a high suicide rate, and my kid can't be around these things, because if we're doing downward social comparison, so if we do upward social comparison to the majority, are we saying that our kids should be, raised or reared in those environments because those people have the attributes that I guess we want from our children?
Who said that they wanted the attributes of white people? I believe in homeschooling. A lot of us should homeschool. I homeschooled my kids. I think that's a beautiful thing. I'm kind of confused how we got from just because I don't want my child around somebody that whose group exhibits more mental illness, how that all of a sudden now I want my kids around white people. I'm confused here.
It was a question. It was a question.
No. So Ruby, if that's the question, if I'm having self-deletion issues and mental issues, would you want your grown son, hanging around with me? If we're both the same age, if I'm having those issues, would you want him to be hanging around with me?
So it depends on if you're medicated and how it manifests. Like, because of the lens I come from, I can't give an easy, simple answer to a complex question. And it's not that you're diagnosed with something or that you have it's a variety of factors that I would take into play with that. But at face value, no, I don't want my child around anyone, and I don't have children that would influence them to behave negatively or that would harm them or put themselves in danger.
I have an answer for that question real quick. If that, by that logic, same thing Ruby was saying, by that logic, then I agree with Goddess. Then if that is the case, then children should not be around men, because a group of people, no matter how you slice it, the group of people that is most likely to harm a child, to harm any human being, is going to be a man. The group of people who is most likely to delete themselves is a man. If we're talking about just overall self-deletion rates, it would be a man. Yes, you can go look it up. The group of people who struggle the most with mental illness, not the people who are diagnosed the most, because we know women go to the doctor and go get the diagnoses, but the men, the people based on society, based on all the other statistics, the people who struggle with mental illness the most, a man. The person who is most likely to touch your child, a man. And here's the last thing. When we talk about violence and we talk about the harming of children specifically, what is it called? When you unilaterally, right? So when you talk about it, not just in regards to their own children, when you talk about like a random man versus like just children that exist in the world, right? Mm-hmm. Versus a woman versus the children, the person that is most likely to harm a child is a man.
Right.
So by that logic, we should be keeping our children away from men.
And how is that working out in single mother households? Because if we should keep kids from men because men are dangerous. By the way, that's like 1% of the population, if anything, right? It probably even less than 1% of men are dangerous. But let's go with this logic. If we should keep kids away from men because they're dangerous and they will be better and they'll be safer, how is that working out? The fact that now we have the highest number of single mothers and single mother households. How are those kids turning out to be, since they don't have fathers and men around them? How is that working out?
So you're absolutely the majority of people who harming their children inside and outside the room. 60% of the mothers is women. It's not fathers.
That's
and
not
it goes
true.
up. It goes up. You can rebuttal. Y'all can rebuttal. Y'all didn't cut him off. Y'all definitely didn't cut him off.
Yeah.
Because y'all love, like I said, and you know what's a very alarming? Sisters talk about PTSD. Sisters talk about sisters are the most on antidepressants. Sisters attempt the most deletion. Sisters talk about they looking for self-love and happiness and healing. Hold on real quick.
Oh yeah, I have heard of that statistic that women attempt the most self-deletions. It's just that they don't follow through. But what happens is that when a man tries it, they usually make sure it works. Women, when they try, it usually doesn't work. But I've seen the statistic, I don't know if it's true, that women attempt the most self-deletions, it just doesn't work. But for men, they attempt less, but they do go through.
Since he said to hold on, where are we?
Go ahead, Ashley and AD, while he's attending.
Where are we
Go
getting
ahead.
the statistics about what specifically he's talking about? And maybe when he comes back, I can ask him about it. And if we're just talking as a whole, I feel like the conversation of what we're talking about against a particular set of gays, we're not even talking about all of, I feel like there's certain people that we're discussing right now and not all as a whole. Like, it's very odd to me how we're talking about gay men are sassy. That's only a particular set of people that you're discussing right now, and you're generalizing everybody. And then we're talking about mental health. Okay, sure, if you want to say that gay people have a mental illness, that's your business. But not all gay people are struggling and depressed and suicidal. Are there statistics of that? Yes. But there are happy gays out here. There are normal people, and I don't know how we're just putting in a box just because of their sexuality preference means that they don't have anything of common sense going on in their head. And I think that's crazy. That's all.
No one said common sense. We talked about mental illness.
We were talking about it as a whole. And if you're specifically talking about mental illness as what they think of who they like is a mental illness. Outside of that, they're still.
No, I was not. That is not, excuse me, that is not what I was saying.
Okay,
they suffer from more mental illness. I never said because they're gay, they are
They have
suffering from
mental
mental illness.
Yeah, but doesn't that tie
They
with
don't
what?
suffer from
One second,
mental
please.
illness,
Doesn't that tie with what public offender said? That if we're going by that case, because men have most suicide rates, most alcoholism, most everything, that we should say the baby stays with the woman, the kid stays with the woman, because the men are going to do A, B, C, D. Like we are just we are kind of.
What's
picking
the
and choosing.
likelihood? It's what's way more that you'll have some issue with the likelihood of someone who's who's already a man, a black man. That's gay.
One second. Let 1 second. We have to let people finish. Let her finish. Go ahead. Go ahead, Goddess.
The likelihood is super high that a man is gonna harm a child. Like it's like ridiculously high.
Doesn't that increase? Doesn't that increase with him being a gay man as well?
No, it doesn't increase. So again, I wanted to be specific. Cishet men specifically are more of a threat to society in general than gay men are. Statistically, that's what I'm saying. So how are we just coming up with this stuff? You guys just making this up? Like, what are you?
By the way, this guy, I've heard that this public offender guy is married. Just to let you know, guys. He may be attacking men like this, but apparently he's married. Go figure. Now, so it's either he's a feminist, he's a male feminist. His wife is the leader of him. He submits to his wife, or he's doing this for the sake of shock value. I don't know. I'm just saying, it's crazy just to hear him attack men like this.
But I could flip your argument on you. I could say that actually the kids that have their dad in their life are the most protected, while the kids that are raised just by mothers are the ones that are more susceptible to actually be essay. They're more probable to drop out of school. More probable.
Yeah.
Like there's a bunch of stats and metrics. Because me and you had this conversation. You said prove it, and I brought you a bunch of stats about how men that are raised by single mothers are going to have worse outcomes than kids that are actually raised by men. So the same way you can put it, or put it that way, and once again you are testing their logic. I agree with you that their logic is not right, because once again I can find metrics that show that these men are actually dangerous to these people. I can show metrics that these men have to be on these kids' life, because if they don't, they're more probable to have bad outcomes. So everybody's kind of picking and choosing and making situations that rarely happen into big situations. Your kid is not going to be gay just because you know a gay person, and your kid is not going to be SA just because he has a father in his house. That shit makes no sense. It's a very small number, 0.000% of is a very small number. That shit doesn't happen. So let's be consistent with the conversation. And let's be.
That's true. The number one statistic feminists hate is the fact that apparently single fathers do a better job of raising responsible kids who don't end up in jail. Single fathers do a better job than single mothers. In fact, in jail, they claim, I mean, I've heard of the stat, I haven't really looked it up, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's true, that in jail, men in jail, 80% of them came from a single mother household. And I wouldn't be surprised, because clearly no one taught them discipline, or they didn't have a active father to show them how to avoid going to prison, obviously. But that's the number one stat single mothers hate, because single mothers believe they do a better job than that.
A little bit not open-minded, but let's listen to people talk. Okay, let me get. Go ahead.
Anyway, shout out to Ali and Fadi. So I just wanted to react to that segment. Maybe I can react to another video. But guys, like the video as I pull up another video here. Okay, let's go to Anton Daniels. You guys like when I do Anton Daniels videos, so I'll keep reacting to them. So let's go over there real quick. Give me 1 second. Guys, please like the video. Guys, like the video. All right, let's go to the next video. All right, here we go. Mariam, I don't know if Mariam's still in the chat. Mariam, I got a video with your best friend. I got a video with your bestie, Mariam. I hope you're excited. I got your bestie on the screen. I hope you're ready. It's gonna be fun.
More children out of wedlock or more abortion?
More children out of wedlock.
More children out of wedlock.
Yeah, because the children out of wedlock, those mothers get shamed. Those children are out of wedlock.
They ain't dead.
Forget them. They may be abandoned by a parent.
They're not dead.
So kill or abandon a child? Which one's
Yeah,
better?
exactly. Abandon the child.
Well, I don't know if I'm just saying, obviously, if someone is choosing, like Mimi, I've never had an abortion, but I know that
it's murder.
Well, that's your opinion. But
it is murder. If you go in there with a live baby and come out holding your stomach, you murdered the baby.
Shampoo, I agree with you there.
I don't. Okay, I mean, you're entitled to an opinion, and in my
wait. It's not an opinion. When you come out of the abortion clinic, you killed that baby, didn't you, or didn't you? Did you? Or didn't you?
You definitely removed.
No.
You removed the.
And by the way, personally, because I've never been in that situation, honestly, so I wouldn't say. But the fact that he said when you come out of the clinic, you've essentially, ended the life, and she's saying you've removed. So she's trying to find a way of not saying you've ended their life. That was funny. That's why I laughed. I'm not laughing at the fact that somebody ended their life. I'm laughing at the fact that she was trying to find a different word.
Baby to kill it.
Yes.
You definitely removed. Okay, all right. If you
When
guys,
does it become a baby though?
so when a woman takes a plan B, is she a murderer?
But,
No.
you know what? That's a good question.
I don't.
It
think
is
so.
a good question.
So what's the difference?
But
If
plan
both
B,
murder-
Plan B is not ending a life, and the reason I say that because it's not a life yet. If you take a plan B, it's not a fetus yet, in my opinion. I know some of you guys in the comments are gonna argue with me, the pro-lifers, but no.
You got to take that like a day
Pre-
after.
prevention-
if both
Prevention
are
and reaction are two different
Yeah, that's a contraceptive. You got to
Yeah,
take it at least
maybe
24
you
to
gotta
48
take
hours.
that right the day of or after.
But
Mhm.
it still is
Yes.
killing. But it's
Ain't
still
But they
is
don't-
killing.
It's not an embryo.
Plan B
Yeah,
is
it's
The
not.
to
semen is
not
still in
get
your
pregnant.
vagina.
A
said
plan B
what?
is to not get pregnant. Abortion is you're already pregnant and you're killing the baby. It's
exactly.
two different things.
Right, but
Preventative
even
measure.
still, just like there's a time because you don't take the okay. All right, cool. So what about the
Maria.
morning after pill?
That's a
Contraceptive.
That's
That's
a
a
be
That's a
murder.
contraceptive.
You're not
That's a
because
plan
I
B.
can take it and still not be pregnant. I'm not pregnant. When people aren't pregnant when they take it because
Okay,
take it
but
right
okay,
after.
so okay, cool. So okay,
But there's a pill
but
that kills the baby.
aren't you killing
Abortion
the
pill.
Yeah,
process?
abortion.
of-
Yes,
aren't you
Jazz.
killing- Aren't you
Yes.
killing the process?
Yes.
But you're also doing that with a condom as well. You're also doing that with birth
No,
control.
no.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, you're
It's a
not.
contraceptive.
Okay, well, the thing is, I do think after a certain time you can't consider abortion murder. I'm not going to say that if you find out that you're pregnant and within that same month, before it has even developed a consciousness, that you went and decided to
That's
have
murder.
and that
That's
you
murder.
have.
It has to be an embryo.
The minute the egg is fertilized, it's a living embryo.
There you go.
It has the
and what
potential
else-
to be a
That's
child.
That's it.
We need more
Well, then how
education
come if
because-
that
No, that's
okay?
true, Snow.
If that is true, if abortion is murder, anytime that you get one, should women that need emergency abortions to live, should they go to jail?
That's not the same.
No,
It's not
no,
the
I
same.
don't think
Here's
that.
It's
the
not the
thing,
same.
I don't think that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm conflicted on that. I don't think. Here's my thing, right? For me, rather than abortion, if people are using abortion not to become single mothers, my suggestion would be the government to put a tax on people, both men and women, who have babies when they're not married. So rather than single mothers relying on government support, I would rather they put a tax on both men and women who have sex, have a baby when they're not married. You will see the rate of single mothers going down, the rate of people who have babies out of wedlock going down. So the abortion thing is very sensitive. I would rather people use condoms and contraceptives as early as they can rather than waiting 6 months. That's a weird time. But for me, my solution, Boogie's solution, tax single mothers. That's it.
But it's still murder.
I mean, I guess it comes down to
I know
a spiritual
it's
decision
crazy.
because
Well.
if you have a higher power and spirituality, then you know that your higher power, the universe, whatever it is, has it. They're going to take care of whatever needs to be taken care of. If that thing is supposed to make it to fruition to this earth, for whatever reason, that embryo is supposed to make it to
But
this
what
earth.
if the
Period.
life of the mother? What about the life of the mother if she's
So do you think right? So you think that she should still have it even if
That's
Doctors are
less,
wrong all
that's
the
less
time.
than 1% of abortions.
Doctors
and
are wrong all the
Dude.
time, and
do you guys
and
think
if-
that would you guys call a
I mean,
woman?
it either is it or it isn't. Either my higher power, the universe, whatever you want to
Well,
call your
everybody
higher
doesn't
power, or
believe
whatever,
in-
has it or they don't. And so, however that plays out, if that means I lose my life giving birth to a child, then that's how it was supposed to.
I
play.
don't agree
You
with that.
change the whole timeline by.
So do you also believe that with people who are sexually assaulted or get pregnant among incest?
Oh my God, that's a small percentage. Here we go. They always use, I hate when they use that excuse. Oh, what about the people who are essayed? What are the people who are raped? What about the people who are forced to have sex? I don't want to say the word because it's YouTube, but every time we have this abortion talk, somewhere, somehow, there's a woman who comes out to talk about the 0.0001% of women who use it because a man forced them to have sex that they didn't want to have. Like, we're not talking about that number. We're talking about people who have one night stands, who bust it down open, who get their cheeks clapped, and then they even wait till 6 months to want to have the abortion.
There are millions of people that want to adopt babies. So if you don't want to raise the
So
child,
you will force a woman that has went through the trauma of rape to give a full-term birth to her.
I do not agree with abortion.
We should not use the very small minority as the barometer of
Yeah.
of an abortion.
Out of those million people, it's literally less than 1% that actually are assaulted and actually conceive a child after assault. So that right there, it's literally like not even something that even needs to really be addressed. We need to address why people are saying that they don't want to have children, but they still want to have sex, and then want to sit there and be like, oh, let me go ahead and take these measures after the fact. It's majority of the women that are busting it open and knowing, yes, I can get pregnant if I bust it open, but they're still doing it anyway.
Yes, that's
1.14 million is not medically cleared, and it's not no rapist and all this other stuff. I'm sorry. Every time they want to bring that up, it's like,
It's
for
the
what?
exception. That's the exception, though,
for
Jazz.
what?
Because I get what you're saying. In some cases, that
I'm
do
just trying
happen.
to find, because it's like, if it's murder, so a 14-year-old or a 2-year-old who's raped, she has to have her child full term.
I don't agree with that.
That's the exception, though.
No, I think it's
Okay. All right, look, listen.
okay to
I'm
murder
not
that baby. It's okay to murder
I'm
that
not
baby.
here to argue your beliefs. My beliefs are mine. You can feel how you feel, but let me just read you something real quick. So I just asked, because I'm subjective. You can believe that. I cannot believe that. Neither one of us are right or wrong. But let me just read what ChatGPT just said, because I think
Don't do that, girl.
I just think it's interesting.
Don't do that, girl.
And also, let me also preface this by saying that I do think that abortion is necessary to be accessible for women that need it, but I do think that there needs to be parameters around abortion.
I agree with that.
Well, hold on one second. Parameters such as you should only be allowed so many every couple years. That's just me. And there needs to be a time frame, like once you get past 6 months or however, once the baby
6 months.
Well,
6 months. Oh my God! Like, it should be 2 weeks the moment you find. First of all, if you have had sex, unprotected sex, as a woman, you probably should be checking right away. But some women wait till they're 2 months, 3 months, and they're still debating if they want to keep the baby. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, you should make up your mind right away. Do I want to have this baby or not? Like, talk to the guy, because usually the men don't want the kids. Let's be honest. I'm not saying that's a good or bad thing. I'm just saying most times, in fact, even the women most times don't want the babies. It's just two people who had some lust, clapped them cheeks. They wanted to have fun. They didn't use a condom, because I've made videos about women saying they refuse men to use condoms. I'm not saying it takes responsibility from a man. I'm just saying because men follow women so much when it comes to sex. But you guys know you had unprotected sex. The last thing you should do is to wait 6 months to figure out if you want to have a baby. But that's crazy to me. 6 months is a long time. Anyway, Mariam, I hope you're happy. I just wanted to show you your bestie. It's been a while, but yeah. Anyway, let me get the next video up and then we go. Give me 1 second. All right, let's go to the next video. Give me, guys, like the video, support your boy. Really appreciate that. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Mariam, you're right. There are states that allow abortion even after the baby is born. No way, Mariam. No way. I would have to research that. Hell no. No way. Even after the baby is born? Nah. I know there are states that allow up to 6 months. I don't know about if the baby is born. That's crazy. If that's true, that's crazy. I'm going to be honest. I know 6 months, and I even think 6 months is crazy.
Does body count matter? You first.
I feel like it shouldn't count because anything prior to you establishing a relationship with that person shouldn't count against you. That's being judgmental.
Okay.
So what? So I feel like anything prior to you building with that person should hold no weight, honestly.
For both genders or both genders?
For both genders, both ways.
Okay,
Like,
what if the woman has like 100 bodies?
that's her choice if she wants to display.
Right.
She had 100
No,
bodies.
that-
You're not
we-
going to know that.
No, we
Like,
know that's her choice. We get let's say that. This, though. Let's say if you do know, and let's say you have a son, right?
I have a son, yes.
Would you prefer your son to date a woman with 40 bodies or a woman with 4 bodies?
That's entirely up to my son.
No, but you're his mother.
Yeah, you're the mother. You should have an opinion about what type of daughter-in-law your son is going to have.
What would you? I'm sure you have preferences for your son.
I mean, I do have preferences for my son, but at the end of the day, he's going to choose what he wants.
No one's saying. Of course, if I'll be like, you know what? I can choose McDonald's, but what would you prefer that a human being should eat? Maybe something healthy. So let me give me your preferences. What would you prefer your son to date? A woman with 40 bodies or a woman with 4?
I would.
Yo, the fact that she even has to think about it lets me know she has a high body count. Like, there is no way. 4 and 40 is a huge difference. The fact that she's even thinking about it, this is crazy.
Prefer my son to date someone with probably less bodies. But that doesn't define a person, actually. That doesn't define who they are. Like, the amount of bodies they have doesn't.
Well, that isn't the question.
Right, but I'm
Well,
saying
that's-
it's all like, it's a gray area.
Well, no, it isn't gray. The question is super, super simple. So you just said that you would prefer your son to date the woman with 4.
Yeah, less
Okay.
bodies is fine.
Got it. Yep. 4 bodies. There's always a reason to it. You can say, well, it really doesn't matter. Well, it does matter because you preferred the lesser rather than the higher. That's the reason right there. You just prefer that woman had less penises than the woman had more penises, if we're being honest. You can say, well, that doesn't affect her and stuff like that. What actually it did, because one had 40 penises and one had 4. You know what I'm saying?
Shows lack of discipline.
Like think about it. Like a man that has driven 40 cars is a connoisseur. A car that had 40 drivers is a rental. Like it's 2 different things.
So you a rental? I like that.
It's 2 different things.
We
You know
don't
what
want
I'm saying?
rentals.
Like, we don't want rentals out here.
That's what.
All right, fellas. Mission is critical. I was searching my name.
Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Let me just skip this real quick. Give me 1 second.
Look at it as like
Wait, real quick. Before you give me your perspective, give me your answer. So
my answer.
Does body count matter?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
And
feel like because a
break it
woman,
down.
you're as a woman is different. A man, you're sticking it in anything. It's not something that is inside of you consuming. Like a man can inside of a woman and that'll stay in her for a whole month, even if 6 other men have been inside of her. okay?
Actually, scientifically
So look-
speaking, it's like 5 years. It could be. You ladies agree with that, or anyone disagrees?
I agree with.
I'm not saying that nothing's wrong with a girl that has had 40 bodies versus.
Well, no,
a
you
girl.
actually just
She's
said.
not less than, but
No, you
she
actually did
is
explain less than.
different.
So
You explained less.
you would be okay with a man having 100 bodies.
Yeah, as long as I don't got 100 bodies, I'm
The difference is this. Show of hands, ladies. Actually, no, I'll just speak since you asked that question. I'll make it directly to you. Would you rather date a virgin or a man that's experienced?
A man that's experienced.
Okay, so keep it right there, right? Now, ask me that same question.
That's the thing. Men would willingly. Most men, are there guys who don't want women who are virgins? Yeah, sure. But most men would willingly get with a virgin because they can teach her whatever she doesn't know. But very few women are going to willingly be with a man who's a virgin unless they're virgin themselves. Even then, if they've seen stories, they've watched videos, they've been on, adult sites watching porn and things like that. They don't want a man who's a virgin. Otherwise, all men who are virgins will be getting laid. It will be a badge of honor. But women don't want men who are virgins, unfortunately.
Do you want somebody that's experienced, or do you want somebody who's a virgin? You're not a
Virgin.
That's how most
So,
men think, 'cause they want
so the
something
difference is not about anything control. The difference
Has
is
nothing to
men are
control.
attracted to purity. Women are attracted to experience. So we're like attracted to inexperience with many things. It's not to say like, the 304s aren't attractive. 304s can be attracted to men, but only for a short period of time. Generally speaking, the type of girl that a man wants to settle down with would be a woman that's, has minimum experience. What were you gonna say?
But that's what I'm gonna say. Like, a man wants a woman that he can do things to that she hasn't had done before. So it's like, if a
Yep.
woman's had all that done before, she's not gonna react how a man is supposed to think
Yeah.
she's gonna react. Like, she's gonna react like nothing. Well, that's not.
Yeah, because when a woman is with a man, she doesn't want to have to tell him what to do, which positions to put her in, how to choke her out. I'm talking about during sex. Okay. But women don't want to have to teach a man. They expect you to know these things. They expect you to have the money ready. They expect you to have a sex game going on. They expect you to know what to do, how to treat her, things like that. So the last thing she wants is a man who has never done those things. But the difference is a man wants to be the one to teach the woman. Most men don't want to be with a woman and she's doing all those things. The first thing you're going to be thinking, I wonder who taught her. Because clearly, whatever she's doing, she did it. She tried it before. That's why she's doing it. She tried it before. It worked on some guy. Some guy claimed he liked it. Now she's trying it on you. So instead of enjoying the moment, the man is going to be thinking, I wonder how many guys she did this with. It's just the psychics. That's how it works. Just nature.
Fun for a man.
Yeah, like think about it. If you've already
Your reaction is giving, I've already had this done, you're not doing it better. Why the hell would a man want to be with you? Their egos control a lot.
No, it's not. It's
No,
it's
no,
not
no, 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 no.
Why is it
No, I'll explain. Well, you're not a man, so let me explain to you real quick. Real quick. Let me land my plane. Just relax, chill out real quick. You've been speaking a lot. Just listen real quick. What you're saying is true on one aspect, but it has nothing to do with ego. It has everything.
No, I disagree. It's ego. Both men and women have ego. We want to be liked for our ego. We want to be validated for our ego. We want things for ego. There's a part of it is ego. It's just nature. We can't, now you can try to suppress it, but it's ego. I disagree. She's right. The girl is right.
Things to do with that the man's biology is just much different than the woman's biology. So that's something that you don't. Real quick, let me land my plane. Let me.
Woman to be.
No, listen. Let me land my plane. I'm gonna give it back to you. You're gonna speak. You were spitting, and you were on track, but you lost it. You went off track when you started to say ego is involved.
She's
it
right.
has nothing to do
Right.
with
Ego
ego.
is part of
It's
it.
just that from a biological level, if you're a promiscuous woman, then I don't know if that's my child. So therefore, I have stake in a woman that doesn't display characteristics of being promiscuous. DNA test is a new invention that just came out in the 1900s. Before DNA test came out, men really didn't know who their child was. This is why virginity was valued very high. So from a biological level, it's not about ego. It's just that we want to know if that child is ours. And the woman that displays more purity, is more chaste, the probability will be higher that that kid will be mine.
Can I play?
Even then, that's still ego. When a man wants to make sure that the baby belongs to him, that he's not raising another man's child, that's ego. Because how dare I raise another man's child? That's ego. That's literally, it's part of us. It's part of our DNA. I think he's trying to say ego is not biological, but it is. It's literally part of us. Like, I don't want to have to raise another man's child, but I also don't want to have to feel like another man was with my woman. Like, how dare you? It's ego.
On why I say it's egotistical.
Sure, go ahead.
More ego. I'm not saying it's all ego, but it is very ego centered.
right.
Because I feel like a man that sees a woman that has been touched, he's like, oh, I can't do what. And that's more so of he can't do for her what she's already had done because she's already had it done, correct? So if he finds a woman that hasn't had any done, he can control her to think like, oh, he's the only one that can do this. He's the only one that's ever done this.
I understand
It's
you.
very
So let me. I understand you.
manipulative,
Let me repeat it
ego,
back
like,
so you know.
powerful.
Okay,
Like,
let me repeat it back. I got you. Let
No,
me,
I know.
Nah, she's right, man. Cooley, I'm always with you, my brother, but she's right. It's ego based. Is there a nature part of it? Yeah, it's nature, but it's all driven by ego. Like, how dare you have sex with my woman? It's all ego based. It's part of it. I mean, I'm a man. I have to agree.
Let me repeat it back so you know that I understand you. You just said that if the woman has already done something before and then she does it with the man, the woman is probably not going to be that excited.
Yeah.
So therefore, the man would have some type of ego about it. Like, wait, you did this already with someone else and you didn't do it with me first?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. Do I have your argument correct?
Somewhat.
Okay, what part didn't I have correct? Because I want to make sure I got it
Because
accurately.
there could be times where it's like he's doing something. He wants to be good at this, right? But he's not just because she's already had that done and better. That's the whole
Done or
part.
better. Okay.
Look, that's the whole part of he wants to do better. He wants to be the best.
He wants to be the best.
And she's putting him as not the best.
Not the best. Okay,
So-
therefore that would be ego.
Yeah.
It's gonna fuck with his ego. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Then
So let me
he's
fully
going to
dispel
then
this.
Try and do whatever he can to.
I get it. Let me fully dispel it. Now listen to this. I repeated your argument back. I actually did. Listen real quick. I actually did have it accurate. No, listen. I'm going to fully disprove what you said. You ever been to the movies?
Okay.
Have you ever been to the movies? Yes or no? You have been to the movies. And have you ever been in a scenario where you watched the movie before and then you watched it a second time with your friend?
You're gonna hate me now.
Okay, so you never watched a movie and then you watched it a second, like meaning that it was your friend's first time watching the movie, but your second time watching the movie? Maybe, right? So think about this here. If you've already watched the movie before and then it's your friend's first time watching that movie, then it's actually very excited the second time you watch a movie because you're enjoying no, not that. You're enjoying your friend's reaction to the things that you reacted to. So you already seen this movie. You know this scene that's about to come that's funny. You know this scene that's about to come that's sad. And then instead of watching the movie through your own eyes the second time, you watch the movies through your friend's eyes the second time.
Like,
so what I'm saying is, now let's just map that onto a man. When a man is dealing with a woman that's been in did things with other men, but they didn't experience it, is not the fact that it's ego. He's not comparing like, oh, well, you didn't watch the movie with me this first time. No, it's nothing about that. No, it's that you took those first experiences away. Okay. Like, so you being excited, you feel a lot of joy when you watch the movie through your friend's eyes by them being excited. Yeah. We can't feel that joy when a woman been to this club, she been to this bar, she been to that vacation, she been to this country, she been on that boat. We can't be that first experience of viewing this through our woman's eyes and feeling this joy. So therefore it has nothing to do with ego. It has everything to do with this chick is too experienced. So there's no wow factor. We're not comparing ourselves to another man.
We are subconsciously comparing ourselves with another man. Let's just be honest, right? That's why once you find out that this woman just ended the relationship and she's telling you what the last man, the ex-boyfriend, was doing wrong, As a man, subconsciously, if she's gonna be like, oh, he never used to take me out, oh, he never used to do this for me. As a man, subconsciously, you're gonna try to outcompete the ex-boyfriend because you want her to see you as a better man. You know, I'm surprised Cooley doesn't see this. Ego is part of it. There's nature where, oh my God, the kids don't belong to me. She has been sleeping around. Oh, I don't want to raise another man's kids. But ego is also part of it where we compete with other men. You know, you find out that the ex-boyfriend, now, especially if the ex-boyfriend was richer than you, you're not even going to compete. That's why men usually try to avoid women who have been with very rich guys, because the man is thinking about is like, what am I going to do for this woman that boyfriend didn't do for her? It's literally ego. Cooley is wrong and she's right. Men don't want to be with women who have been with so many men because of ego. We want to feel like we're the first ones. We want to feel like we have control of her over her. We want to feel like she the things she's doing, we are teaching her those things. It's part of ego, like I'm the best guy. You know, that's why men, these other men of you don't get pussy, things like that. It's all ego based.
So does that mean that you feel
It's appreciation. It's bored.
right?
No, stop.
Doesn't see something in me that he saw in someone else. I'm gonna try and be that other girl.
She's
you know,
right.
just like that's how. Well, not
No, that's men and women. We're different. Stop.
You would compete.
Men and women, we're different. Men, we like to be appreciated. That's one of our biggest things.
Ego.
Besides respect and loyalty, we want to be appreciated. So if you've been to Greece, and I want to take you to Greece because I know it's beautiful, when we get to Greece, you're not gonna be excited. You're gonna be like, I did that already. Like I don't want to take you to Greece
You may
now
still
because you're not gonna
appreciate it.
because you're not gonna appreciate the efforts. You know what I'm saying? Even if John isn't, let's say John is great in bed, right? But you also had better. You know what I'm saying? And you and John do it, and you're just like I don't want to have sex with you if you're not gonna enjoy it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like get out of here. Like, let me just go somewhere else.
Yeah.
I want you to enjoy it just as much as me. I want you to appreciate it just as much as me. Or lie, act like, you know what I mean? Like,
So,
you know what I mean,
like,
enjoying it. Like,
But what we're saying is to dismantle your argument, like the way you
No, I know
thought
what
about it. It isn't like an ego. We're just
Yeah.
saying that men want to feel appreciated, and also we want to be the first to experience that with you because that's when you're the most
You know how many
excited.
times you do that with girls because you don't have that first time with them. So it's like, why are you making it sure that I have to be the first one when you've had those few experiences?
no, that's the thing. There's women that show appreciation. There's women that don't. So if you're not going to show me appreciation, whether it's where I'm taking you somewhere or having sex,
She said that. Say that again. You were saying if the woman.
Okay, look. So if
If
this
the-
woman
she just
was
reversed
giving you
it.
one thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
This woman was giving you one thing. You go to the next woman and you're telling her like, "This is what I want. This is what I want." She can't give you that. You're like, "All right, well, why can't I get that? Because I got that from this other girl, right?" That's the same way for women. Like it is.
It's not your first time, yeah.
Like,
The difference.
I mean, I'm sorry, Cooley, if you watch this. I always agree with you, but I'm with the girl. She's completely right. It's all ego based. Like when we want people to like us, people to do nice things for us, people to be appreciated. When a woman appreciates a man, she's literally just stroking his ego. That's why I keep saying that most men are willing to provide for a woman as long as they show appreciation. And appreciation really is all about ego. I don't care how genuine the appreciation is, but if I give somebody $5 and they say, "Thank you so much, Boogie, you're the best," and things like that, it's my ego is gonna be stroked a little bit. I'm gonna feel like I'm the man because I have people who depend on me, people who see something in me. It's just nature. It's ego. Now, people think ego is a bad thing, but personally, I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just nature. It's what it is. But anyway, shout out to Cooley and No Forget the podcast. So I'll put the link down below. Osh 2180 says I disagree. What do you disagree with? Give me 1 second. Let's go to the next video. Let's go to the next video. Guys, like the video. Let me just do this one thing right here. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to Guys, like the video. Shout out to you guys for being in here with me. All right, let's go to whatever podcast.
And having been in that experience where I actually felt the same way, where I didn't believe that I needed the government to tell me that my relationship was important or valid or whatever. And then I lost my partner and we weren't married. And the hoops that I had to jump through because of that really made me look at, well, if you're going to be in a long-term relationship with somebody over the course of your whole life and you're going to have children, if you're not married, especially if she's staying home with the kids and she's not acquiring Social Security and she's not acquiring retirement and pension and all those other things, if something happens to you, she's screwed. She's nobody in the eyes of the government and takes everything from you. Yeah, it was a mess. And I had to really look into it because I was put into that situation. And then the other side of it is like on that Social Security aspect of it, you're paying into the Social Security for a whole life. And then you've chosen this partner who you're going to spend your entire life with, right? In your eyes, but not married.
Yeah.
You're paying this huge sum of money. And then if you die, she has no rights to it. And she can't take care of herself because she had no acquired Social Security.
Yeah, I kind
well, I mean, look, really quick on this. I understand that marriage can confer those sorts of benefits to the beneficiary, but even if you're not married, you can have a beneficiary, you can have a final will and testament or whatever that can outline, how the breakdown is going to be there. So marriage, I guess, if you're married, it does confer some easiness there. But I don't think that's a really compelling. What I'm hearing when you say all that stuff, and look, some of that stuff's valid. I hear me. Men die earlier than women. You're talking about, and whoever the breadwinner is, typically that's the man. Again, when I'm making an argument about marriage, I'm looking at it from the perspective of what is the benefit to the breadwinner? What is the benefit to the man?
You. Exactly. I was just going to say same thing.
Well, yeah, but
you want to
it's a bit
mitigate
different.
all your risk and you want to give it to her.
It's a bit different. So in this case, women do confer benefits from marriage, or the person who's not the breadwinner confers benefits from marriage. What are the benefits to men?
Nothing.
To
Love.
be married? What do you mean?
Yeah, what are the benefits of men? What are the benefits to men?
like legally or morally.
Like when you're
Doesn't
okay,
matter.
if I'm anti-marriage and you're saying, well, here's what I'm anti doing a business deal with somebody, and the person tells me, well, hold on, if you do this business deal with me, I benefit. Would that be convincing to the other person ever?
No, and if you
Okay,
have
then-
if you don't have any kids in the situation,
I can have kids out of marriage, but go ahead.
yeah, you can. But if
I'm just kidding.
but even if you have those kids in that marriage and you're wanting her to stay home with them, right? She's forfeiting her career. She's raising the kids for 10, 20 years of time, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Again, she's not acquiring all of that stuff. And so if something happens to you, the Social Security benefits, she has no say. And not only that, if you're unmarried, those Social Security benefits go to nobody.
I'm not familiar.
Yeah, but that's still a benefit to the woman. You know, we're talking about the benefit to a man. Everything she listed is still benefiting the woman when the husband dies or when something happens to him.
With how Social Security works. So when you're married, your wife gets your Social Security benefits.
Yes.
I don't know how it works.
So like, say you're in a relationship with this person for 20 years. She raises the kid, you go off to work. During that time, you're paying into Social Security every single paycheck, right? It's like 12% of your entire income. And it's like 500,000 to 700,000 if you're a high earner over a long period of time. That's to take care of you guys during retirement, okay? That's under your name. If you pass away, she has no rights to that. So she just spent 40 years with you and she can now not take care of herself because she hasn't worked at all.
I mean, look, I don't know if
That
on one
doesn't
hand I can
benefit
be
the man.
charitable and say that the current economic order is going to be the case in 40 years. I think there's a couple things here. I don't think, honestly, whether you're married or not, I think Social Security is going to be completely gobbled up by the boomers and maybe by a bit of Gen Z. I don't think there's going to be anything left for millennials. Or sorry, did I say Gen Z? I'm sorry, I might have meant Gen X. I might have misspoken. It's going to get gobbled up by boomers. It's going to get gobbled up maybe by some of Gen X. As a millennial, Social Security, gone. Gen Z, Gen Alpha, no Social Security. It's not going to be there. Secondly, I do think that with the advent of AI, I don't know how things are going to go economically. I think there's going to be, in the next 10, 20, 30 years, and I feel maybe this is like bad faith that I'm bringing it here. There's going to be so much social upheaval. There's going to be social chaos. There's going to be disorder. I don't know if we have an economic solution to the mass amounts of people who are not going to be employed. I don't know what society is going to look like in 20, 30, 40 years due to artificial intelligence. Because the reality is there are people who just don't have the IQ to do like the jobs that will be available. If we're going to be talking about a universal basic income or a tax on artificial intelligence, I don't know how things are going to look economically, truthfully, in 20, 30, 40 years.
Honestly, I think if you guys think women care about money, in 20, 30 years, women are probably going to change from wanting men who make six figures to going back to wanting average men. You know why? Because money might be so scarce that women may realize only wanting men who make six figures is making them miss out on men, on average men who could work around with them. That's what I'm thinking. That's my assumption. That's my prediction. That in 20 years, 20, 30 years, average men will finally get a chance. It may be too late, but I think in 30 years, women will finally want average men again.
I don't know. I'm a little scared, not going to lie.
But pretend nothing changes. How do you answer her question?
A lot of like,
I
this
know,
might
I know.
happen, this might
So
happen. This is happening right now.
Assuming that there isn't a complete overhaul of our economic system due to artificial intelligence and like getting either close to or into a post-scarcity society and world. I mean, still, my point about assuming things stay the same, I don't think that there's going to be Social Security for millennials or Gen Z or any other future generations. But I'm not an expert in economics. I don't know. But okay, to address your thing, assuming it's the case, taking your word for it that, okay, if you're married, then $500,000 that otherwise wouldn't go to your wife would just get eaten up by the state. I guess.
Yes,
is that how it
that's
is?
exactly
I don't
what
know. I don't know. So I'll
happens.
take your
if
word
you're
for it.
unmarried, yes.
I'll take your word for it. Yeah, that's interesting. And maybe, assuming I make it to old age, if I'm on my deathbed and I've been with my girl for however fucking 40, 50 years or whatever, or, I don't know, if we've been together for a long ass time and I'm, I got a couple years left, fuck it, I'll marry her so she could get the benefits. But until it's reached a point, like if I'm in my 30s, I have to weigh the risks. In this case, the risk of divorce is going to giga-fuck me financially. So, but again, I'm still looking for what do I get?
But why not a prenup though? Like you can essentially dictate exactly what happens in your.
Because prenups get thrown out every single day. Prenups don't mean shit. So pretty much the prenup depends on what the judge looks at it like. So you guys will sign your prenup, the judge will look at it, and then he can literally say, that's not right, that's not fair, this is fair, do this instead, ABCD. So it really, the prenup, you can sign the prenup all you want, but at the end of the day, the judge is going to look at it and then make his own assumption. You know, does he like the prenup? Does he think it's fair or not? So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter.
Your marriage in the event
A
of
little
divorce.
bit. I mean, there's some things that you can't get around
Like
in a
what?
prenup. Well, like for example, even if I have a contract that somebody's my slave,
Whoa, yeah.
like a court would find that unenforceable.
Exactly.
So there's certain things in a prenup that would be unenforceable.
I have a
to be
solution.
reasonable.
What?
Why don't you just marry somebody who would never divorce you?
Why
Oh
don't I
my
just
God, that's so
date
stupid.
somebody who would, what?
How are you supposed to know that somebody will never divorce you? Are you supposed to ask God for the future? Was she being honest? Was she being serious, or was she being dumb?
Oh, yeah. No, it's all good. I mean, do you think, wait, do you think most people go into a marriage thinking like, oh yeah, most people think this is the love of my life. We're going to be together forever. 50% divorce rate.
Yep.
50% divorce rate. I mean,
I'm just testing your logic because your argument to me was I would never marry somebody who wouldn't give my child my last name, whether we're together or not. So here we are. Just pick somebody who'll never divorce you, and that solves the problem.
well, I think there's a difference here. I think people can have a change of,
Yeah, people change.
people can change.
That was my argument.
No, I think it's different though. I think if I talk to a girl and hold on.
All right, Brian is falling asleep, but pretty much the women, when you ask them what benefits men get from marriage, they talked about the benefits they get if the man dies. Go figure. Crazy. Shout out to you guys in the chat. Where you guys watching from? Comment down below where you guys are watching from. I want to see where you guys are watching me from. I appreciate you guys for being here. Like the video. Let me get the next video ready. Okay. All right, I did that. Guys, like the video, support your boy. Really appreciate that. Let's go. I have another video for you guys. Oh, give me 1 second. Let me load it up. One second. All right. Next video, we're gonna go to Anton Daniels. So give me 1 second. Let me load up. Oh, my internet is being weird. Hope you guys can still see me because my internet is being cranky right now. Don't know why. But we're gonna go through it. Okay, here we go. Oh, all right, let's go here. You guys are probably seeing this going viral on YouTube, I think. All right, here we go. Okay. Yeah, Miss Mariam, I know you're from Texas. I remember that. Are you from Houston or Dallas? Oh, are you from what's it called? Sugarland, I think. Sugarland. For Houston, Dallas, Sugarland. I forget the other cities in Texas. All right, put the quality down because my internet is acting weird. Oh, this is Sam. Okay. Never mind. My internet is being messy, that's why. All right, let's go.
You and your business.
And the business is the business is, and the business is for the girls, and the business is so that I can pay for them to go to school. That is why I'm doing this. That's why I make cards for Destiny's Makeup Artistry, and that's why I'm trying to support her becoming a makeup artist. Wait, you want to record it? Become recorded. That's why I'm trying to make sure. That's why I'm trying to make sure that Gracie can go to Catholic school, and that's what I'm trying to do. How much money have I made from Poshmark so far?
And how much have
All right, guys. I can tell there's something wrong with my internet. And I don't want you guys to experience that. Like, I don't like the way it's jittery like that. So I don't like it. I don't want you guys to experience that. And it's not getting any better. I don't know why, honestly. So I'm gonna have to end my live right now. I'm pissed off, but I'll be back. Probably Wednesday. I may do a live on Wednesday. All right. Shout out to you guys. Shout out Miss Mariam for supporting your boy and everybody in the chat. So, peace.